Hello, this is Paul here, and I'm going to show you this cool little game called Pipewalker, and it's a free open source game. Pipewalker, SourceForge.net, right on the top there. The only thing it really seems to be missing is a way of keeping a score, and I think that's the only thing that would make this game feel 100% complete. It's a playable game as it is, there's nothing wrong with it, and you can have different sets so you can customize the look, which is cool. But I find, for me, the settings are probably going to be normal, and I'm not going to have wrap mode on because that increases the hardness, believe it or not. So normal and wrap mode is off. You can click random, and I think there's another button that randomizes stuff too. And I get it on the pipe theme, but you can change themes. And you can download themes. They're actually PNG image based for the themes, so it's actually pretty easy to make your own if you want to. And there's a this game actually has a guide if you go to their website. It explains how to make your own themes. But the only thing I wish it had was some system of scoring and saving high scores. And what I think it needs is a way of tracking how much time you're taking, how many turns you're taking, and how many unique maps you've completed. And if they had a way of saving that as a scoreboard or stats, so you could type your name whenever you win and have a leaderboard, that would make this game feel complete. I think that's the only thing it's missing that it really needs. Other than that, as a playable game, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to play through a round, and I think this is a randomized button. Yeah, oh no, it's just randomized for the game. But I'm going to jump around to a level like maybe this one, and since there's no rep, I know that the pipes on the borders should be facing inwards. It's like a little strategy. It makes it a little easier because with the rep you gotta figure out where you're gonna cross over, and for me it's just a pain, so it's just a lot easier. Anything on the outside is going to be facing inwards somewhere. Even these little hose connectors have a, and that's why I think it should count turns, and it should have time and basically whether or not you've completed a certain level. If it does timer though, I'd have a pause function added. But that's the thing I would add to it. Maybe the programmer guy has it suggested. And what you have basically is a source block, and you got to connect it to all these other blocks in the frame. But I know if there's a blank spot, you want the pipe to flow adjacent to it, so let's see, that's fine. That's fine. Can't connect to the blank spot, so, and the borders in this case because I don't have wrap turned on, so you have to be inward somewhere. And you just click away to turn, and also you can middle mouse button to lock it, like if you use the randomize function here. I'd rather just click away, it's fine. So now I gotta figure out where do I want my source to go. I want it to go up here, does it need to go up there? I should probably turn it like that. And when you connect, you get the little water drop and they light up. It's a pretty simple game. Yeah, it's like playing solitaire. No, never. Yeah, it's a puzzle game, but it's like a cool little puzzle game, I think. I think it's nifty. And you basically connect the plumbing in this case. This Pipewalker, you walk around it. And sometimes there will be pieces that don't connect right or weirdly, or you just, the more you connect, the faster it builds up. If this pipe even goes to anything. And yeah, sometimes you have pipes that don't really go into anything by the time you're done. And when you finish the level, the whole thing like bubbles, or it has some little indication with stars or whatever, depending on what your theme is. It's simple, pretty simple. Just turn the pipes around. stuff like this. The trick is to figure out what layout will connect on. So that's the challenge of it. And there are alternate ways of connecting stuff, which makes it tricky. Up here. You can see this is a challenging level. It is not going to be that easy. At least for me. Alrighty. Okay, so sometimes there are alternate routes that these things can take. The trick is to find out which way you need to route it for it to actually flow through to every single little pipe and connector in the game. Where can I bridge across? Down here. I'm still not getting it connected to this bottom part here. Alrighty. I'm not sure somebody is like probably pro at this going, oh, you're supposed to do it there, silly. And yeah. Yeah. Well, I got half of it hooked up, but I gotta get every single one hooked up. That's the trickiest part of this little game. Really is a tricky little puzzle. At least I can get pipes going together, and sometimes that just helps having them go. That's why I said this game would be better if it had a scoring system. It's really the only little fault in this. It doesn't have any way of tracking like how many moves you do. That would add to the challenge aspect of it. As you can see, I'm working more connections around. I almost have it done. Look at that. Oh, it's tricky here. Look at this. Where's the bridge here? Yeah. You don't really need redundant connections, so that's another thing you gotta check for is something seems like a redundant connection. There's probably another way to connect the plumbing here. How do I get the flow up here? Got all that area done, got all this area done. Redundant connection here. That's the challenge of this, right? Sometimes it's just a matter of figuring out where to bridge across to get everything connecting. So in here might be this little area. Problem is to connect this one here. Still have this one tricky connector that doesn't want to do anything. Okay, got all those hooked up. And here, so I probably need a bridge. So like here. So as you can see, this is a tricky puzzle game. So now I only have 2 that I need to hook up. The rest is kind of good. So I can connect this top half, connect the lower half, so that's where it gets complicated, huh? Huh. So now I only got one left, and now I'll get it, because guess what? That's the only one that's left. It's pretty obvious what has to be done. So. And there you go. Now when you get it, you get the bubbles. And I was thinking if it had a scoring system, it would have a little screen pop up, and you could enter your name, and then that would be it. I think that's all this game really needs to make it feel finished. But like I said, it's a pretty cool little game, and it's available on all the operating systems. I think you can get Mac, PC, and of course here I'm using Linux. So here you go. It's just a silly, stupid little game, and I thought I'd show it. It's kind of cool. Here.